Hello, well, how are you this morning? I hope you're not sick like I am. I thought I got away with the flu with my house, but unfortunately I copped it. And I've had it pretty bad this season, and I even had the injection. But hopefully it kept me away from that strain that's killing people. Talofa, guten Morgen. I didn't really know what I was going to do this morning when I came on to say good morning. But I thought I'd get today's vlog over and done with. I'll just get my sugar taken first. I take it with the sensor on my arm. Pretty darn good, if you ask me. Pretty darn good. It's actually got to be between 5 and 8. So I thought I'd come on this morning and show you a bit of my health and beauty. I've just showed you my health portion and my beauty portion. So yeah, and then we'll talk about what we can talk about after that. So I'm actually looking forward to catching some sun rays this morning when they come out. It's pretty cloudy on yonder this morning. See the clouds? Yeah, I know. But hey, it's not a bad day. It's 23 degrees on the GC. So, all right. So I think my daughter gets this from Mecca, and it's $19.95. And you get 236 mils, and it's Mario Badescu Skincare Enzyme Cleansing Gel. So I just water up my face, I rub this on there, leave it on there for about maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and then with a face halo I take it all off. Yesterday was probably the only lot of makeup I actually put on, besides probably maybe, I don't know, 6 months, a year ago. I don't really wear makeup. I used to wear it when I originally was off work because of my spinal injury, when I went to the specialist, the doctors, but I don't have any time for that now. I don't have any feel for it either. So, all right, so after I give my face a bit of a scrub and take it off with a face halo, I use some toner. I do have pretty oily skin, and I don't really know whether I should even be using this, but it does sort of dry out some of the odd pimples that I do get at my age. Got a couple there, one there that sort of dried up over the weekend. And then I use some moisturiser. If I'm going out, I put some of this on, Olay. I don't really like moisturiser because it tends to sink through my skin and into my eyeballs. So I try to keep it as far away as possible to that. Otherwise, this is another one. I got a Christmas pack and this came with it. I like this one. I really do like it. And it doesn't tend to make my face over oily. And I have noticed that some of the crow's feet have sort of diminished a great deal, actually. I mean, I haven't lost all these type of wrinkles, but I think they're pretty heavy set. And I mean, I did have some really deep crow's feet, so I think that's what you call them around the eyes. Don't ask me why. So, yeah, so here's Bambi this morning. Good morning, everyone. Say good morning to everyone on the YouTube world. Say, how are you today, everyone? She's feeling nice and warm. You know, she loves actually resting with me throughout the day, and I don't tend to get up until until pretty late, actually, maybe 12, 1 o'clock, and I don't get up because I take my medication at 8:30 in the morning and I take it at 8:30 at night. And what actually happens is, because they're the later ends of the medication, I tend to be very sore and sorry for myself. So I tend to go straight back to bed. My medication is actually kept in my room. I get it out in my medicine chest. I get it out, take some water that I've had put beside my bed, which I get someday during the day, either in a little water bottle, in this case a big bottle. So yeah, and then I tend to go back to sleep, and she actually keeps me company through the day. I mean, in all honesty, she's a wonderful therapy dog. My husband suffers depression and anxiety, and if it wasn't for her, then I think both of us would have been lost. I know she saved his life because he tends to spend 24/7 in his room. The only time he comes out is when he's cooking dinner, and at late that hasn't even been, he hasn't even been cooking. So my daughter dragged a crock pot out, and we've been cooking some one pot wonders. So meat and vegetables with whatever sort of seasoning or flavouring. We had chicken cacciatore yesterday, and I shoved some raw pasta in the crock pot about half an hour before we ate, and it soaked up all the juices, and we had fabulous chicken cacciatore with pasta. The night before that, we had some pork, like a pork stew. We haven't really been getting our vegetables. When my husband cooks, he tends to just cook meat. So we're always getting plenty of protein. Can't complain there. Protein does a hell of a lot, and apparently ketogenics is all about protein, low, high fat, high protein, no carbs at all. So, and it works for me. So, yeah, so going back to my beginning of the vlog, I'm getting on early today to get this over and done with because I'm all blogged up with the flu. I had a sneeze before, and oh my God, it seemed to have unblocked some of my congestion there. But I've taken my meds, so I'm going back to bed. What else is there to say? I really do want to catch some sun rays. I try and catch as much as I can throughout the day, nearly every day. But to be honest though, in all fairness, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I haven't really been outside at all. That's because of my flu and my back. So you can see the drastic changes I can make. The other day I put on some mascara and some, a bit of foundation, lippy, some highlighter, and I was feeling pretty chirpy. And then you've got today, I'm actually feeling quite low. And I think that's just because I'm not feeling well. That's as simple and sweet as that. So I haven't watched the news, and I did want to bring up one point, but I've forgotten it. So, brain fog, there it is again. So no, I haven't been really watching the news. I don't really watch the news. I'll either watch Netflix, free to air I watch a lot of. We're watching, what's that show that just started last night? Love Island, something like that. And it goes to show, when you're first watching a show like that, the girls seem to, this is my opinion of it last night. When I first turned it on and watched the girls on there, I was quite opinionated, and I thought to myself, they are sort of up themselves. Most of them are, a couple of them with the exception. By the time that hour left and finished, I was then of the opinion that no, those girls were quite nice. And, the way also couples or young people these days analyse situations, I think is brilliant. They're honest with themselves, they're open. I'm surprised that people of their age do want a permanent relationship, but I understand why. It's hard these days finding the perfect man. Even when you're married, you feel that you don't have the perfect man, but I'm sure my husband feels the same way about me and not having the perfect woman. So, yeah. So, it's hard, and you've got to work at it, I'm afraid. You've even got to work at the marriage itself. My husband and I probably haven't spoken a word to each other, and there's where no one else is at fault except ourselves. Myself and my husband are totally responsible for the fact that we haven't spoken to each other for weeks. It's definitely a bad way to tell your 11-year-old child that that's the way it should be. Even if I do say to him, well, don't be like mum and dad, make sure you talk to your partner, blah, blah, blah. Well, I strongly believe you lead by example. But then again, that doesn't always work either. My upbringing involved a lot of DV, domestic violence. My mother used to hit my father to the extent where he'd have blood coming out of some form of orifice or, cut on his face. But then my mother, she was, for example, I'll give you an example. Her mother hit her with a brush one day so hard that she couldn't apparently brush her hair for months on end. And to do it. And when she was doing it, she locked her in her laundry and built the shit out of her, excuse my pun. So it's hit generations, and I am afraid to say it, but I know it's the truth now with some of the things that his family members have said. And the thing goes for his family. His mum and dad fought. His dad didn't really have, you know, I don't know whether it was even cultural, because how can you say it was cultural? Because my family, they're brought up in Australia, and they still, you know, domestic violence. My parents, my mother hit my dad. And I do believe that there were instances where the dad used to hit the kids and hit the mother on my husband's side. And I don't care what he says or denies it. It did happen. And just a few things that I heard over the years that his sisters have told me have led to that conclusion. So, yeah. And that's not an opinion, that's just what I've been told. So I just wish that he'd, you know, he's always looked upon me, and I'm not gonna delve too much into this, because along the way I probably will tell you more than what I really want you to know. But you know, he seems to believe that my upbringing was shocking. There was something that happened to me as a child that I'm not going to announce to the world right now, that I really only told my husband about when I was with him, when I had my daughter. And he used that against me in such a way where he said, well, what type of parents have you? You allowed that to happen. Which is not the case. If my parents knew about it, I'm sure they would have done something about it. But that's all I'm going to say. That's all I want to talk about today. I'm actually getting a bit puffed and tired of talking, so I will end the vlog here. I really wish you guys a wonderful day. I hope it's actually night time for some of you. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. It's Monday here in Australia on the GC, Gold Coast. And I wish those of you who are, you know, within today's Monday, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you've had a great weekend. And I'll sign off now, and I will see you again soon, no doubt. Take care. Talofa. See you later, alligators. I'll catch you again all soon. Bye for now.